This is Hitman World of Assassination. So Hitman as a trilogy pack has been rebranded, and we'll be diving into that today. So be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this package is a simplified version of the three Hitman games. They've all been included within Hitman 3, improving the quality, the style, and the scope of the experience across the entire package. So that's right, no matter where you go in order to play this game going forward, you will have one cohesive experience for new players and returning players. So we're getting a native 4K resolution across the board, 60 FPS, HDR support. You play alone, but there's options for, competing with others and leaderboards and point scores and everything like that. So the big change here is to simplify the experience. They're delisting the standalone versions of the Hitman episodic original series and Hitman 2 in order to have them included in here. So this was known as like the Hitman trilogy pack is kind of what they were selling this as, and now it's just going to be Hitman The World of Assassination, which follows Agent 47 across a series of different scenarios and a complete story arc that will provide cutscenes, regular gameplay, and tons of never-ending action. So this is the type of game that you can play really however you want to. So there are actual missions, actual goals, there's an actual story to this, if you so choose to go through that. There's also lots of options where the community creates contracts and missions and things for you to do, and there's different like seasonal events. Got the Christmas thing going on because it's honestly just quite hilarious. But you get a huge, and I mean a huge selection of different maps, locations, and places. And then, like I said, they've all been upgraded within this particular Hitman entry. So you're able to play all of them with some enhanced visuals, enhanced options, and enhanced offerings. A seamless experience in order to get the full scope of just what Hitman has to offer. And this is a mighty pack. It's been really exciting seeing this release over time. Because I literally got to see, each of the episodes released for the first one, and then Hitman 2 released as a package. And then eventually, we got Hitman 3, and then they kind of like upgraded everything together. It's really nice, and it looks great. It's a great kind of earlier showcasing of just what the hardware and whatnot can do. Because to me, this is a really rather impressive offering. I actually think this is a very, very good and well done game. It's very, very exciting. And it's something that you can do kind of in a few different ways. Like, obviously a big part of Hitman is stealth. So you can tackle this from a stealth perspective, or you can be a bit more aggressive. And you can change costumes, and you can blend in, and you can kind of, you can sabotage things, you can subdue people if you need to. It's really up to you and how you want to tackle the different scenarios at play. And I think that in itself is quite fun. And as I was saying, there are some like fantastic locations with some stunning designs, some beautiful locales all across the world that actually do factor into the story and also offer a bit of fun too if you need something a little bit more behind that aspect. And then there's the replay value of these games. Just absolutely stunning replay value. You could sit here and go over and over again through the same missions, doing completely different things, different escapes, different setups, different targets. It really does feel quite endless. And it's something I continue to come back to and revisit because I have so much fun with it. You can also create saves if you need to, depending on the mission setup, so that way if you kind of die or something bad happens, you're able to save and come back to, what you were doing. And I think that in itself is all very, very well handled. It's very, very interesting. You also get an array of different weapons and different tools, and there's some, literally hundreds of NPCs on maps. Just look at the scale and the visual fidelity here. It looks stunning. And then there's tons of people. And all these people react too when you do certain things, like if there's an explosion or somebody's dying. The NPCs, they'll be like, whoa, what's going on? And they'll panic and they'll freak out. And that's a lot of the fun of this, is just seeing all of this stuff go down, being a part of the action, and being, Agent 47, this master of disguise and influence, within the environment as you go and you kind of visit some crazy places as you try to, get your jobs done, your tasks, and, your goals. And it really is just neat, the different ways you can tackle this scenario. It really feels quite expansive and quite exciting. So let's exit to the main menu here, and let's just take a look at the different, kind of map options that are present. And with this being like a full scope rebranding of Hitman, it is really quite exciting, the different, locations that kind of exist. So we go to destinations, and you can see that like everything is here, and there's different mission stories, and there's different like objectives and goals and different challenges and different people you have to battle, and it really is just quite a beautiful, large, expansive game. And it's just like every one of these places offers such unique and like riveting challenges for you to dive into. They're all very, very impressive. And then there's all these escalation missions, bonus missions. It really does go on and on. And different, goals, different challenges will offer you different ways to play. And there's different like upscale kind of tier options too if you want to get even more content and whatnot. But it's really great that they're basically streamlining this whole process so that it's easier and less confusing, because I know a lot of individuals were kind of looking at this, and I did videos showing off like all of the different games being upgraded and whatnot, and it is something that is like, you know what I mean, there's a lot to it, and you can kind of look and be like, okay, what version do I need to get what? And it's nice that you can kind of just sit here and now, kind of more easily get those different versions. I think that's really exciting. It's neat to be here playing this and just taking a look at things and seeing the different like challenges and reflecting back on the game. It's always, to me, a really, really fun time. I've always thoroughly enjoyed, this package and what it has to offer. So it's great to kind of have an excuse just to come back and be like, hey, there's a lot to enjoy in this package. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to play. And it really is actually kind of well done from a story perspective, too. You get to know the character. And it's like, that was a quick mission. It was very, very effective, I gotta say, too. I was like, that's way too easy. Guess why? I guess that's why it's a bonus one. But anyways, it's like you've got this long-term career level thing. So you replay and you get new missions and you get new exits. And you can replan missions and get new ways to tackle them and new ways to do stuff. And that in itself is exciting because you play the main story and it's like, okay, go do this, go do that. It's like, cool, you're progressing the tale, you're getting more narrative bits, you're finding something different for you to do. And that's cool. But the real fun is then going back on the level and being like, okay, well, we could do this mission, or we could do this, or we could do these challenges, or we could do these mastery things, or we could find some kind of other just regular mission that people have. We could do the main mission. And you just, like, you keep revisiting it. And you keep finding new kind of ways to play the game. And that's like the contracts mode just really, kind of takes that concept so much further. Because it's like, no matter where you want to go, no matter what you want to do, there's something different for you. TikTok girl? That's kind of funny. We should do that one. But yeah, you really do get a huge range of silly but also fun ways, to get the job done. And you can have different smuggled in items, and you get like a sense of freedom. Because as I said, it's not like linear in design. They give you these sandbox environments, and these places can be huge. You can have like a place on top of a cliff inside of a hidden place, and then there could be a whole facility underneath, and then there could be a whole area behind where you can like escape on the water, escape on a plane. You might be high in the sky, you might be in this creepy scenic place. There's a lot to this game, like a lot of complexity to it. It's really, really quite exciting, because this like whole back area over there, this is still part of the map, and you can be like, do you stealth to get through here? Do you, go a little bit more brash and shoot things and smash stuff? Do you go through the house? Do you go around the outside? Do you hide behind the bushes? Do you, and it's like you're kind of creating your own little narrative bit on top of it, because it's like, sure, there's a little bit of a story here. Yeah, I actually kind of was satisfied with the overall story between the three games. I think it actually tells a pretty cohesive, interesting tale. But the real fun of this for me is being like, okay, let's revisit this. Is there a new mission we could do? Okay, there's a cool community mission. Let's do that. Oh, maybe we can get a new costume. Oh, maybe we can escape in a different way. Oh, maybe there's a different way to kill people. Like, we can go all the way over there and we can, like, cause problems and we can, you know, go off the beaten path and you can do all kinds of stupid stuff. Like, really, again, whatever you want. And you'll never know what kind of opportunities will arise. You can be sitting there listening to some NPCs and a new opportunity could come up where they're talking about something that you could use to your advantage. You can, like, poison people. You can, like, sabotage things. You can cause breaks on equipment. You can change how you look in order to blend into different spots, and then quickly, swiftly change again so that you can go around and stab somebody else somewhere else, and then they'll be looking for someone else. And it's not like it's an easy task either. Like, there are definitely people out here, you know, that can shoot back at you. There's guards, tons of guards. Oh, I've tried to do some of the things where you kill everyone on the level. I've yet to really be able to do that. Because it's just like the quantity of characters you have. And it's like, it's a serious game. But it's also like, you know, it's comical too. Like, I've got a fish, right? And you can, like, kill anyone you want too. I mean, you get XP for it. But you're not supposed to just regularly kill people. You do have targets. But it can be fun to take out people along the way, especially if they're getting in the way of you getting your job done. Or if it's just kind of entertaining. And, you know, again, going from that technical aspect, the game looks fantastic. All of it. And it's all been upgraded. Like I said, they took time to really make every single one of the games within the singular, now one package of the world of Assassination, something that feels cohesive and expansive across the entire experience. Typically, you'd almost have to get like a remake, a remastering effort to get that kind of like a seamless thing going on. But not the case for this package. It really is just like all of these games looking really good, playing really well, and I think that in itself is very, very exciting. It just helps make it a little bit more fun and engaging when you can come in here and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go kill these guys, and it's like, well, which mission do I want to play? And, you know, at first you sit there and you're like, you know, what do I do? There's only a few missions. But over time... Oh, was subdued. I guess I had to literally kill her. That's hilarious. My bad. You know, over time they added all this content and they did these different game releases. And now it's just one large package. And I think that's, you know, that's a really good way to handle that, is to make it one large cohesive offering. I think that's really, really exciting. You know, and I've loved the individual games. I think they've all been fun on their own. But now they're like a really, really strong singular package. And I think for the long term, that's awesome, because there's going to be so many people that are just like able to jump in here for the first time and be like, this game feels almost endless. You know, you're getting so much content, so much quality, because each of the games is pretty good. You know, I do stand by that. You know, I've seen the different releases over time. It was a little bit weird when it was episodic, but it was still neat. You get a new map every so often, and 2 was really good, and the 3 was really great as well. So I gotta say, I've just been kind of really pleased by what they've been doing here, and I'm just kind of trying to show off some different maps and some different setups on some of the things you can do in order to, like, you know, be a presence out here. This one seems a little too easy almost, as I struggle to hit her. Oh geez, they know something's up. Is it because I'm wearing a cowboy? Oh geez, that guy's right there. Okay, that would be why. It's the FBI. They know something's up. Is it because of my cool cowboy hat? Does anyone else know anything that's happening here? I guess I could just get on a bus and leave. Sometimes the missions are really complex, and sometimes it's just like, you know, go kill your person and leave. But somebody, you know, other than me, I take, you know, 10 seconds doing that mission. Someone could take 20 minutes, or 30 or 40 minutes, depending on how elaborate they want to plan and do their mission. Because it's not just about killing them. It can be for some. Like, if you're just doing the story stuff, sure, whatever. You know, you go shoot a guy and you leave. Whatever. You know, that's how I did some of the stuff to get reviews and stuff and everything done. But like the real joy or the real excitement and interest of the game is the fact that you're able to come in here and be like, you know, let's plan this out. Okay, well, what kind of opportunities do we have? Can we drop, I don't know, something on somebody? Can we contract between the ends of the world? You know, can we poison them? Can we, you know, find somebody in a hidden place and take them to the back? Can we kind of scare them off and cause some other commotion? Can we maybe accidentally have them kill themselves? Is also entertaining, because it's like, you know, you really don't know what's going to happen or when somebody's going to die in different ways, and that's kind of the exciting thing here. There's just way too many contracts. Contract lookup. No, that's not it. Because you can also sort by different, like, match setups. So if you want to play on, I was kind of thinking Berlin Apex Predator, you know, then you can, oh, geez, sorry, click that wrong. And then you can go in and you can play on that one, which is really nice. Yeah, you gotta click Go Search, and then you can find it, different offerings to jump in there. And it just gives you different challenges. Oh, that's hilarious. Let's do this one. I like the Berlin mission. It's like a clubbing thing. And there's different locales, so we can do, oh, we can be a bartender. Yeah, let's do it. And that'll change your disguise too. And like I said, every area is filled to the brim with quality and detail. You know, from little drinks to people dancing to like little hidden things. It just feels really polished and very realistic. And they basically are just like, you are an assassin. You are thrown into this club where you're going to be, you know, bartending for hours, and now you got to go kill people. That's a lot of people to kill. Like a lot of people to kill. But it's neat, and it's exciting, and it's adventurous, and I hope you've kind of gotten a good idea of like what it is. Because this is even just kind of a small glimpse into the game. Because there are so many more missions and levels and challenges and opportunities for you to take advantage of. And then you can replay, and you can replay, and you can replay. And while a lot of games, you know, you might sit there being like, oh, I don't want to play the same level over and over again, that gets boring. Really not for this one. It handles itself very, very well. This is off limit, sorry. Which I absolutely love. Like, I come in here and it really does, to me, feel fresh every single time I take a crack at it. Like, you know, there's something a little bit different to do in the missions. There's something a little different challenge-wise in the missions, or I can tackle this in a certain way, or I can do this a little differently. And it's just like, I think there's few games that really deliver on that, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think there's, you know, too many games that really offer this scale of content. Ooh. That's gonna cause a commotion. Oh no, he died in the middle there. it's just also so funny seeing the reactions. The NPCs doing their thing to what's going on and being like, oh, did nobody notice that? Did he fall in a spot where he's not visible? They felt like right in the open. No one's like freaked out about that. Anyways, and there's some people that will always know who you are too. You can see the little dots and be like, that person will know you're sus. And it's just like, you know, that in itself keeps things fresh. I don't know. It's just like, it always feels like a different challenge. It always feels like a different scenario. It always feels like this Hitman game is trying to keep me entertained while also keeping me challenged in what it's doing. Being like, okay, go kill this person. And, you know, it's not just regular people setting this up. Or it's not just like, you know, the developers setting up. Regular people create things, and the developers create different scenarios, and there's fun different, like, yearly time of year challenges, and they add different stuff over time and new contracts. It's fun. It's creative. It's unique. It's different. There's not really many games out there like this, or add replay value to themselves like this one does. It really is quite a gem. And that guy looks like he's having a great time, so I will not push him to his death, because he absolutely looks like he is having a blast out there. And I'm not the type of Agent 47 that gets in the way of people dancing and having a good time. No siree. But yeah, Hitman's always fun to dive into. These games are really, really good. I know it's probably going to be a bit before we see, you know, this series visited again with like a new entry, but I love what we have now.